Hello everyone and happy Saturday. This is Monica coming to you with what I hope is a quick video tutorial on rhinestone creations with your Cricut Explore. The video that I did the other day, I posted a few days ago. I think it finally posted on Tuesday. I shot it on Monday. Anyway, I created that design completely in Cricut a lot before we uploaded it into Design Space to cut out with the Cricut. And so somebody asked me if there was a way to import logos or images into Cricut a lot to create a rhinestone design that you then take out and cut in Design Space. And yes, there is, and that's what I want to show you hopefully very quickly today. Hopefully the dogs will not go nuts in the middle of the video again, and hopefully we won't have any other distractions so we can go ahead and get this done. So what I'm not going to do with this video, I'm not going to actually cut it out on the rhinestone template. I'm just going to show you how you would do it and get you to the point where you set up your cut in Design Space to cut out with your Cricut Explore. If you did not see any of the other videos, you might want to go check those out on my channel, Show Me Crafty, to figure out how you go from there. But I'm not going to actually cut this design. Bleh, sorry, I'm not actually going to cut this design out in this video today. So you're going to need Cricut a lot, or another program that you are comfortable with creating rhinestone designs. You can do it in Corel Draw, you can do it in Inkscape, but for purposes of this tutorial we're using Cricut a lot. You have to have a Cricut Explore and Design Space access. The materials that you'll need once you do go to cut it out, you'll need a rhinestone template material, and I typically use sticky flock. There are other materials available, but I'm a sticky flock kind of gal. You will need hot fix rhinestones, and when you're designing your own design, you choose the size stone you want. For the one that I'm going to do here today, I'm going to use two different size stones. I'm going to use size SS16, that's Sam 16, and SS10, Sam 10, hot fix rhinestones. You will also need hot fix tape to remove the design from the template once you have all the stones in place, and you'll need something to brush the stones in. I use what I call a rhinestone brush. It's actually a paint pad that I got from Home Depot, and again, you can see those in the other videos. So right now let's jump into this. Okay, so the question was whether or not you could bring in a logo or another image into Cricut a lot. You sure can. Up here you'll see the import button, and import, this is the import SVG. I think if you go under file you can import other images, but the file we're using today is already in SVG format, so I'm going to import an SVG and click there, and I'm going to import a fleur-de-lis design. And right now it is in the normal view, but if you move it around you can see that this design already has 2 layers to it, so I'm not going to have to create a contour. If you want to see that better, you go up to View and Show Outlines Only, and then you can see what I'm talking about. So we already have 2 layers that we're going to be working with. We will not be doing a heat transfer vinyl layer for this design. It's going to be all rhinestones. So yeah, it's just going to be the 2-layer design, but it's going to be rhinestones this time. One layer will have stones that are size larger than the other layer. Okay, so this all moves together, right? Because it's all one image. So I want to, you can either go to Object, it's already selected, you can either go to Object, and it won't let you ungroup at this point, and I'm not tech savvy enough to explain to you why it's not an ungroup thing going on at this point. What I do know from playing around with the software is that I can click Break Apart, and that will separate those 2 layers. Okay, and if you go to your Layers tab over here now, if you expand that folder, you'll see you have 2 layers. Now looking at it, I believe this one at the bottom is my interior layer. That's the layer that I want to do in the smaller stone. Right now I'm going to hide that layer by clicking that little eye there. You can also go under Object and click Hide. You can also right click on the image and click Hide, but this little eye is right here, so you know, did I click the right one? Actually, I think, no, I clicked the wrong one. That's the one I want to work with right now. That's the outer design. So I want to click, and this is telling me that it has 2 of them. No, it's number 2. Okay. Okay, so I want to hide that interior one. Great. See? And select the outer one. I'm then going to go up to Effects, scroll down and select Rhinestones. Select Round because I'll forget if I don't do it right then and there. Then go select my stone size. SS16 is what I want to do on the outside. I'm not going to fill the shape. If I click Preview, there, it shows me what I want it to do. Okay? And that actually looks pretty good. I'm looking at it and thinking I'll have to blow this view up in a minute, but I'm thinking there's some stones that are touching, and I'm gonna have to break this rhinestone outline apart and fix that so that there's a gap between those. But so right now, for our purposes right now, that looks good, so I'm going to select OK. And there's our rhinestone design for the outline. Okay. And those may be, are they grouped? Okay, I think they're actually grouped right now. I'm gonna blow this up real quick so I can see whether or not, yeah, see here, these 2 stones and these 2 stones. I don't like them being so close. And let me see anywhere else. Got the same kind of thing going on right here. I like the way it looks. I'm almost tempted to leave it. Okay, but the top looks good. Okay, so I have 3 areas that I've eyeballed and determined that I want to do some editing to the stone placement. And so that will be here, here, and right down here. So right now this whole thing is grouped. I'm going to right click my mouse and I say group. Okay, it's together. It won't let you ungroup. It'll let you group something else with this, but it won't let you ungroup. So anyway, I'm going to break it apart. So now, and this is what it looks like in break apart view. Again, not tech savvy, don't know why, but okay. This area, and that area down below. So I'm going to grab this stone, just click on it, and I'm going to hit my left arrow key and move it over, and click over here, and then I'm going to select it again, hit my down arrow key, and see what I think about that. Okay, yeah, I'm going to click it again, hit my up arrow key. Yeah, I think that's still a little close, and you can move it around with the mouse as well. For purposes of this video, I'm going to leave that alone. Then I'm going to come over here. Now this one's more difficult because if I move either one of these stones, I think it's going to throw the line off. But I'm going to click that one and hit my right arrow real quick. See what that does. That makes it too close to that one. I'll move it down here. That makes the design look a little wonky, so I'm going to undo and undo. Put it back where it was. And okay, if I click on it and move it with my mouse just a teensy bit. Okay, yeah, that works for me. I just clicked on it, moved it with the mouse a little bit, and let me go back down to smaller view. Okay, so the other area is down here. Scroll down to it. And see right here, there's actually a teeny tiny gap there that I can see now that I didn't see before. I'd like it to be a bigger gap, but I'm pretty happy with the rest of the stone placement, so I think I'm actually going to leave that alone. I'm going to go back down here, change the view to 50% so I can see it a little better. And then I am going to highlight, select all of those stones. Remember, we broke them apart, so over here on the Layers tab, you scroll down, look at all of that. That drives me crazy. I don't want to see all of that. I want them to be together. So now that I've selected them, I'm going to right click and tell it group. Okay? And so now this tab pops up, and that's that group of stones right there. Okay? Alright, so we've got our SS16 layer complete, and I want to hide it right now. Alright? And then back on this layer, I want to unhide, that's that interior layer that we're going to work with our size SS10 stone. So select the design. And also, if you notice, before I hid the SS16 layer, I didn't move it. It is still sitting in the same spot it was. I don't want to move it because I want this stuff to line up perfect when I'm done. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So this portion is selected. I'm going to go to Effects, Rhinestones, Round, and select SS10. I always use the first SS10 selection here. The other one gives you a little different size measurement, but this first one always works for me. Now this time, instead of doing the outline like that, which is the same thing we have on the outer layer, really, is he really hammering right now? Sorry for the background noise, y'all. Anyway, instead of doing that, I'm going to fill the shape. So select fill with preview. That actually looks pretty darn good. I'm going to select OK. And again, I just select the fill shape box. Click OK. Alright. Now I'm going to blow this up just a little bit and take a look at it and see if there's anything I think I want to change about this layer. Actually, nothing immediately jumps out to me that I want to. Oh, wait. I speak too soon. Let's give this 100% and see where we are. These two stones right there, I don't like how close they are. Let's see. And probably in here, I'd probably be more comfortable if there were another stone in there. So I'm going to try to copy and paste one in there. So, you know what we got to do? We got to break this part of the design apart. I can't remember, are we in... Oh, we are in View Outline. We're still in View Outline. Okay, I'm going to put us back in Normal View. I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so now select this portion of the design, right click, break apart. Now instead of seeing what we saw in this view, this is a little easier to see. So you see this space right here? I want to try, I'm going to grab this stone and Control C, Control V, and I don't know why I put it way down over there, but I'm going to use my arrow keys to move that over and try to drop that into place right there. And it's not exactly where I want it, so I'm going to take my mouse, just move it a little bit, and move it a little bit more. Still not where I want it. Try the arrow key, and this is really a lot of trial and error, and it can get on your nerves. And so what I may end up doing, because it's already starting to get on my nerves, I may end up leaving that little space blank, or we can move a stone over. Let me see what happens if I move it this way this time. It's too far. Yeah, this is making me mad now. Okay, this is making me mad, so we're just gonna, I have an idea. Control V, so that brings that one up again. Okay, I'm gonna have it hang out over here for a second. Right next to the one I copied. I'm gonna grab that one and see what happens if I scooch it over. Oh, see, if I scooch that over a little bit, I'm gonna take you and I scooch you. You're still too close. Let's see. Just a teensy bit. Maybe a little more. That looks wonky to me. Maybe if I move this one. Still, it's a little wonky. I want it move. Move. Just a little. Just a little. Just a little more. Oh, I see you. It would help if I could actually see what I'm doing. Okay, that's still not doing what I want to do, but I think you all get my drift. Yeah, I'm going to leave that like that for right now. I'm not totally thrilled with it, but I want to move along. The rest of them look fine, I think, except for this one here. I'm going to select that. Why did it move it? I didn't intend to move it right then. Okay, so select it, and I'm going to move it over a little. Actually, it's not as close as I thought it was to the other stone. I'm going to see if I can nudge it over just a little bit. No, I don't like that. I'm going to put it back. Okay, so I'm going to put that back and leave that alone. Let me go back down to a viewing area that we can see. I'm going to hit Control A, and that should grab all of those, and then I'm going to right click and hit Group. That groups them all together, so now we have these two groups in our layer tab. And remember, our SS16 stone layer is hidden, so I'm going to reveal that, and there we go. Okay, in looking at it, I don't like this space, this empty space here, but again, in this video I really just wanted to show you that you could bring a design into Cricut a lot and stone it out and send it to design space. So as much as I hate to, I'm going to leave that alone so that we can move along. What I am going to do, I'm going to hide one of these layers. And then I'm going to go to my rectangle tool. And I'm going to create a rectangle box. Okay. And I'm going to change the color of mine to pink because I like pink. And it's the color of the sticky flock. Ha! Okay, object, arrange, send to the back so that you can see the rhinestone template portion on it. Okay, and again, do not move your rhinestone portion. I'm just going to move around this box. And what I'm actually trying to do here is save as much template material area as I can. or use as little of it as I can. Okay, this is the outer portion, which is the biggest portion of our rhinestone design. This box actually works pretty well at outlining it. With that's going to be my cut box, and you'll see what I'm going to do to it in a minute. Okay, so the size of that box works awesome. I'm going to select the box, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste my copy of the box over here. Let that hang out over there for a minute. Okay, then I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to select my rhinestone portion, and if you hover over it, I don't know if you can see it here, but it's highlighting sort of in red around the black rhinestone area. I'm going to select that portion of the design. I'm going to hold the Shift key and select the box. Then I'm going to go to Effects and click Knockout. I'm not going to do anything to that box that says Gap. I'm just going to click OK. And Shortcuts a lot may act up on me for a minute and say that the program's not responding, just like that. But I just leave it alone, wait it out. And eventually it will do its thing and we can move on. And no sooner did the camera stop rolling, did it do its thing. Okay, so now you see we have a new layer here called Knockout. And if you expand the folder, it'll show the front and it'll show the back. I no longer need this front, which is that layer, and so I'm going to go over there and I'm going to delete it. And there we have the rhinestone template for that portion, that SS16 layer of the design. That's what you would send to Cricut Explore in Design Space to cut out that portion of the template. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that portion of the template. So hide the knockout layer. And I'm going to, this layer, this is the extra box, right? The extra cut box. So what I'm going to do is reveal that portion of our design. And remember, it's all grouped up now. And then I'm going to move this box over this design. Okay. And go to Object, Arrange, send it to the back so you can see the rhinestone portion. Looks good to me. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to select the rhinestone layer. Remember, hover, select, hold the Shift, and then select the box. Go to Effects and select Knockout. Don't do anything to the gap area. Click OK, and then we'll wait for it to do its thing again. I'll be back. And we're back. Okay, so again we have another knockout layer, and if you expand it, expand the folder under the Layers tab. Hold on, y'all. I need to come back. I think the dogs are about to go nuts. Hold on. Okay, I thought they were about to start a barking fest. Looks like they're not going to, so we can move on. Oh my gosh, gotta get through this thing. It's supposed to be fast. Anyway, expand the folder for the knockout layer. Remember, we do not need the front anymore. We just want the back. So select that and then delete. And there you go. Okay, so now I want to reveal. What portion is that? Hang on. Okay, if I hide this one and reveal this one, okay, that's our big one. And by big one, I mean that's the template that we're using. That has the bigger stone size. And then here's our little one. But if you have them on top of each other like that, you can't really see them. Anyway, I want them both revealed. It's in that folder. And it really doesn't matter whether or not they're both revealed, but now you can move them around because everything is where it's supposed to be. And so these are the two images that you would take into Design Space. All right. And if you look at the size of them, I knew those dogs were going to do that. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh, can we please just get through this video? There is just entirely too much going on. We're going to have to get through this video with that dog going nuts in the background. Sorry. So, at any rate, want to look at the size of our designs here. Okay. This box is 10.475 inches in width, 9.028 inches in height. This box is the same exact thing. So we want to note those measurements. And if you don't want to write it down, you can always flip back and forth between screens. But for simplicity's sake, I'm going to write it down because I don't want to flip back and forth. 10.475 wide, 9.028 tall. Okay? Now, I think if I select export, it's going to export everything anyway, but because I'm kind of paranoid, I'm going to select one image, hit shift, and select the other one, just to be sure that this program knows I'm telling it I want to send everything out. Okay? Now, I'm going to go to File, Export, and I'm going to call it, I don't know, Fluorstone layer. I don't know, just call it something until it's saved. Okay, and remember, this box that says Design Space Compatible, I do not uncheck that box. I just click OK and move on. Okay, so it has now been exported. I'm going to go over to Design Space and tell it to upload an image. Now remember, there might be some delays in once you get into Design Space too. It might start moving a little slow, but yeah, it just takes a little patience. Okay. And I want to go to my desktop, tutorials, Fluorstone layer is what I want. Okay, I'm going to leave it called Fluorstone layer. Click Save. Oh, because I chose that pink, it looks like my precious sticky flock. Okay, I'm going to select the image, insert the image. And it may take it a while to bring it up. Just wait it out. I'll be back. And we're back. Okay. It brought it up as a group, which is fine. I'm just going to hit ungroup here. I'm going to grab one of these layers. And then I'm going to go over to the Edit tab and I'm going to see what it did to the size. Okay, so remember, our width was 10.475. Where did I write it down? Yeah, 10.475. It brought this one in at 10.47 and the height at 9.02. I'm going to go ahead and stick my 5 behind the 7 here and my 8 behind the 2 here. And Design Space may change it back, that's fine, but I'm going to give it a try. Like this. Okay, and so what it did, it rounded up the height, but I'm fine with that. So then I'm going to select the other image. I'm going to unlock here and do the same thing. Stick my 5 there. Stick my 8 there. lock it. And it did the same thing. Okay, so now you're actually ready to send it to the cutter. Okay. Select the little Cricut button. And again, you may have to wait. Okay, we're back. Okay, so now we're at the cut screen, and set it up on 2 different mats. If you wanted, you could probably change this to the 12 by 24 mat. Okay, yeah, if you do that, then you can put them both on there at one time. Just put one continuous sheet of Slock or your other template material. At any rate, you're going to cut it. You're not going to mirror image anything. You're going to tell it to go, whether or not, whether you do it in the 12 by 12 with 2 or 12 by 24 on 1, just tell it to go. Okay, and so here we are at the point where you're going to load your mat and set your material dial. I created a custom material setting for my Rhinestone templates, and if you go under edit custom setting, edit custom materials, you can create your own custom setting, but I'll show you mine. And I've shown this in videos before. If it takes too long to come back, then I think I will just have to tell you. And I will tell you that the Rhinestone cut pressure is set at 210. It's set for a double cut, and it's using a regular blade. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Under the custom materials, here's my Rhinestone template setting. Cut pressure 210 for a double cut using a regular blade. Now, get back to our project. Oh, it's not picking up my Cricut. I don't know why. Maybe I'm too far away from it, and I'm not actually gonna cut it out today. And this was really this section that I was, or the step in the project that I was trying to get you guys to anyway. Let me see if it'll pick it up, so that I can show you that basically here, because it's on custom settings, you would select the Rhinestone template, which is what I use. Some people cut sticky flock out using the fabric setting. I've done that before, but this custom setting works out best for me. Also, what works out best for me is to remove the backing from the sticky flock and stick the sticky side of the sticky flock to your mat. So I guess we're having some internet trouble here because it's not picking up my Cricut now on Bluetooth, and it was a little bit ago. So anyway, what you need to know, like I said, is you would set it to whatever setting you're going to cut it on. What works well for me is my Rhinestone template setting, removing the backing from the sticky flock, sticking the sticky side to the mat, and then cutting it out. So again, sorry, I am not cutting this design out and pressing it to anything for you guys today. Maybe I'll do it sometime when I have some time to do so, and then post a picture of it or something. But this video really was intended to answer that question that I was asked about whether or not you could bring a logo or another image into Surecuts to create the Rhinestone template. So that's what I intended to answer. I think I did that also while showing you, a double layer or, 2 stone size rhinestone design. I hope that you found it helpful. Happy stoning, y'all. Bye-bye.